I've been a big fan of pro wrestling since 1998. My favorite superstar for a long time was Chris Benoit. However, in 2007, Benoit killed his wife, his son, and finally himself. The incident became highly infamous, resulting in new legislature and complete cleansing of Benoit's career from WWE archives. It was also shocking for all those who followed Benoit over the years. The strangest thing happened on the 1-year anniversary of his death. Searching on eBay, I found a Chris Benoit DVD. The price was $1, including shipping. I was amazed at how such low price and thought no damage in buying what will most likely be a collector's item in the future. When the box arrived at my house, it was in good condition. It had all 3 DVDs, all seeming intact and untampered, but in a pocket of the back of the set, I saw another DVD. It's labeled read 4th disc, deleted scenes and special clips. I wondered if this 4th disc was a new edition, but it never made sense to me, seeing they erased him from their universe. Even in his lifetime, I can't imagine they would decline a 4-disc to a wrestler made iconic in WCW. Considering their own super creation, Triple H only got 2 discs in his earlier box set. I first inserted the first blue disc on the tray of my DVD. There was unusually a short documentary, a couple of longer matches, and some rather dry bonus features. Then a strange thing happened. At the halfway point during the duration of the current video clip, a pop-up message displayed. It read, "Want to see more?" Out of the jumpiness, I wanted to scream, "No!" The message then changed. I expected it to read, "Go to disc 2," or something like that, but instead it read, "Yes." I was like, "The fuck?" I was scared already. The disc ejected by itself. I was creeped to death. I checked the set. I saw the box that the 2nd and 3rd clip were missing. The 4th disc was still in its pocket. I put the 4th disc in a DVD tray and the feature started. There were some strange messages that occasionally popped up on my TV screen. They said, "Do you know who this is?" or Chris didn't kill them." These messages lasted 3 or 2 seconds. It then showed a living room of what I assumed to be Benoit's family. Chris in the distance was holding something to the dresser in his bedroom. I couldn't tell what it was due to the mediocre definition, but I had a damn good feeling that what it was. Surely he lifted off the dresser and turned to be a gun in his hand. He shot whoever was filming on his first shot. When the camera fell and the camera tumbled, I could see his wife Nancy was filming the event with their son Daniel. Then the unexpected happened. Behind Benoit, in the window, there was a man that looked agile, garrulous. He wore an evil grin to his face. He snatched Benoit's gun. He shot Benoit in the back of the head 15 times in a row. Benoit somehow seemed to be barely alive. The gargoyle was laughing like a devil. I was about done with this. The pictures of dead, mutilated Dan, Nacy, and Chris were blaring on the TV screen. There was a title above these pictures that read, "Dead." It shifted to "You're next." it shifted again to a language I was completely unfamiliar with. I stopped the DVD and called the cops. I told them to get over here and look at what happened, where I had but the phone lines were broken. Scared shitless, I scrambled around the room. I came across a strange note that said, "Chris, Daniel, Nancy were killed by a gun, and I will kill you with my bare hands." I ran to the door, and I left the house. I saw the gargoyle hunting in my living room. I wanted a gun, but I found the fourth disc was still in my hand. I never let it go. I threw the disc onto the ground, and I stomped on it until it was broken. When it was snapped completely in half, I set the two halves on fire. The gargoyle vanished. Later, I called the guy who sold the DVD on eBay. This is what he said to me: "Your immortal power is all that I require. Now the prophecy shall be realized. Your inhalants will not be in vain. You will live on. I am your vessel." Well, guys, I am really sorry if you guys do not really understand what was going on there. Well, you should tell by the top of the bottom title. I just read a creepypasta named Chris Beniot DVD. I will be trying to do more of these creepypastas on the Creepypasta Wiki. I will have a link to this creepypasta in the description below. So yes, and here's the DVD. I didn't really think this was a great creepypasta, but it was definitely worth a checking of it out. So yeah, here it is, the Hard Knocks DVD. I assumed he found inside the box. Like, obviously this was just taken out of Photoshop or something. Well, again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, have a nice day.